So he is right here, bottom of your screen. He's in the curl to flat, or he's going to go in the curl to flat and then cover three. Let's watch. This is a simple play, but a very good play to start off the review. It's again, it's not going to be a sexy play that's on ESPN, and they're not going to put that on there anyway because again, they're all about the big hits and highlights and stuff. This one, getting into his exit angle, he wants to get to the curl to flat, which is obviously going to be over top of the number one right here. Once he gets into his exit angle, the number two is pushing vertical. Does a good job just rerouting, but you can see his eyes are on the number one just in case, the ball is thrown. He's going to be able to cut it off quickly. But I like the reroute, which is just assisting his outside third, or even his middle third, just bowing him out a little bit, disrupting the route timing, and allowing themselves to be able to read the play a little bit. So I like the fact that he gets his hands on. There's a lot of guys who are lazy with this stuff and won't fight for that reroute. So I like the fact that he fights for that reroute. Eyes onto number one, who is now threatening his curl to flat. As soon as this goes vertical, which it is, he's going to pass it off again to the deeper responsibilities. Again, jump the curl to flat from the short in, jumps it, sees Patterson looking for the ball. He then you have Jordan Whitehead, who also confirms, okay, the ball is coming. Good job to cut off the route, stay over top of it. Eyes into the ball. Obviously, the ball is overthrown, but we'll watch it again quickly. Again, it's really simple, but it's good, and it's something that I find important that is worth highlighting now. Would you expect that play to be the first play on a review? No, but again, I record. There's no bias. I don't fluff up the 15 minutes for the YouTube people. It's just it is what it is. It's a good play. So we're gonna put it up, and this is the first game I watched. I watched this entire 2021 season, by the way. So you'll get a lot of that in here. And today, August 6th, I've been clamoring for a backup offensive tackle all offseason. And it looks like Dwayne Brown is coming to visit. He's going to the green and white scrimmage, which is kind of interesting, but we'll see if he signs. I really, really hope he does. So I anticipate doing another film review on my days off. So we'll see how that goes. White near big play given. Okay. He's a safety right here. And on this play, we really don't have to talk about anything in coverage at the end of the day, because that's not really what this play is about. Now, what ends up happening, obviously, Cordell Patterson gets hit in the flat. He breaks his first. He breaks his first tackle from whoever the hell that is, and Jordan Whitehead is in a good spot to make this tackle. Obviously, if anything, you want to play a little bit over the top, and if he's going to have to break down and cut back inside, okay, well, you have some pursuit. Now, with that being said, Jordan Whitehead, we're going to see him gear down a little bit. He gears down, takes it's not necessarily a bad angle. It's the fact that he gears down and he trusts himself a little bit too much towards the sideline. Cordell Patterson turns on the afterburners here and beats him for what should be a touchdown. Or not what should be a touchdown, but what could have easily been a touchdown. He does step out of bounds. I believe it's right there. His foot hit out of bounds, or at some point when he was tight roping right here. Yeah, I'm assuming it's that foot right there. But as the last line of defense, and again, we have a lot of review to go through. Overall, his tackling. We'll talk about it actually. We'll talk about it. I don't need to give it away. This is obviously not good. If we're watching this as Jets fans and this is a Jets game, we're gonna be pretty pissed at this guy, right? So we have to judge his film fairly. We can't just hype everything up, So the tackling is a little bit hit or miss. He's a boom or bust tackler at times, and in this instance, he needs to get over top of this. He cannot get outraced to the sideline. If anything, again, get beat inside. You have that pursuit, but you cannot in any circumstance get outraced, allowing him to tighten up the sideline like that. Now, again, obviously he steps out of bounds, so it doesn't matter, but the process is not good. So White near beat. Okay. He is right here, I believe. Yeah, he's right here. Let's see what happens. So it looks like they're in a like a cover four. right here, and he's just going to match anything vertical. And typically, like, you have your vertical routes, and we're going to consider them like any routes, like 10 to 15 yards. In the red zone, it's going to be, obviously condensed a little bit. Instead of that 10 to 12, you're probably going to see like a 7 to 9. And with these guys, with him and the other deep, assuming it's a corner, are going to again play both outside fourths or their fourths on their side of the field. Again, anything that's pushing vertical to the inside, that's going to be Whitehead. Anything pushing vertical to the outside, if that were to be the case, would be the outside corner. So with Whitehead on this route from Pitts, he at first expands, which I'm okay with, but at a certain point he needs to get over top of this route, because there's a lot of horizontal distance right here. Again, it's kind of hard to see it exactly because we don't have the view from the back, but there's quite a bit of horizontal distance. So if Pitts just continues to the inside or breaks inside, it's going to be really, really hard for him to just make up that vertical or that horizontal ground, because obviously Pitts is a hell of an athlete. So it's not like a tight end who's just a plotter, who you can make up that ground to. You have to know who you're playing. And obviously, again, the ball is not there. Matt Ryan doesn't throw that ball, but if we're looking at just the matchup right here, if you wanted to throw that, it's open. Why is it open? It's a simple fix. Just stay more over top of it. We want to see him, I always talk about weave. We want to see him weave over the top of it, which is basically just a backpedal and moving laterally while you're also backpedaling. We want to see him weave, stay over top of the route. There's no reason to play it so outside heavy like he is. Plays outside heavy, nearly gets beat inside. Again, he was not targeted, but it's a play that he could have been beat on. I remember this now. We're starting off the review relatively negative. It does get more positive from here on out. So for the subs, make sure, it gets better. YouTube people, maybe not. I don't know. So he is right here. Far hash, over aggressive. Yeah, these are back-to-back plays of again some tackling angles and some little tackling flaws that I have with Whitehead, and it's typically more in the open field than it is in the box. I'm much more comfortable with him, playing basically linebacker and tackling in a phone booth than I am with him in the open field. And it's these are quick plays, but it's not. We don't have to get really technical with any of this stuff. They pitch it to the running back. He closes ground to the running back. Obviously, he keys on it. He sees the ball. He sees the ball is being handed off. And again, just in terms of his angle, he comes at a very, very vertical angle right here. And are there circumstances where you could be a little bit over aggressive because there's pursuit, or if you are not to make the tackle, you're going to expect or almost guarantee that he's going to run out of bounds or get tackled? Okay, you could be a little more aggressive there. So I'm not going to kill him on this one, because if he's going to beat him, he's probably going to run out of bounds here. But still, there's a possibility that I believe this is Mike Davis could defeat this tackle and run for more yardage, and he picks up an extra 2 or 3 yards. But the thing is, it's the angle again, way too vertical. You have to, again, if anything, play outside in, let your pursuit come, rally, make the tackle. So too aggressive of an angle here, gets beat to the outside by Mike Davis. Again, Mike Davis does run out of bounds, but at the end of the day, he lets him pick up an extra 2-3 yards. And you cannot tell me that some running backs in the NFL wouldn't stiff arm him with better, just better technique, timing, whatever it may be, and be able to continue up the sideline more than Mike Davis did. So first play, not good here. And then the second play, just in terms of being over aggressive, again, we don't really have to look at the entirety of the play. It's just the tackling. He is right here. Ball gets completed. He closes ground on the runner. And again, another situation where he can't really be sure what's happening behind him. And if anything, play it outside in. He takes an angle that's too vertical and gets beat up the sideline. Now, the only thing I will give him the benefit of the doubt of is, okay, if we are trying to give him a mulligan, which let's give him a mulligan because, he's on the Jets now. He does have to come more aggressively, especially because of the down and distance. It's 3rd and 7, so he has to come more vertical to try to make the tackle before the line of scrimmage, or before the running back picks up, or the runner picks up the first down. Now, that's giving him the benefit of the doubt. That's assuming that he thought of that during the play. If not, which again, I try to err on, I try to give you multiple scenarios because we don't really know what his mindset is. Sometimes we don't know plays. We don't know exactly what assignments are, but typically I give you both sides and it's going to be one of those things. So either one, he knew it was first down, or it was going to be a first down if he didn't take a really vertical angle, or he didn't know that and just a bad angle nonetheless. So regardless, you still want to see him make the tackle, right? So over aggressiveness there in terms of the angles, and both plays he gets beat for a couple of extra yards there. So Whitehead man versus Pitts. He's at the top of the screen right here. Pitts is on the outside. Relatively simple here. So the thing we do like about his back pedal is, okay, we have the shoulder, the shoulder over the knees over the toes ish. So it's a relatively good forward lean that we want in a back pedal. The thing you will see in the strengths and weaknesses, or you'll notice in the strengths and weaknesses, is his feet. You can tell they're a little bit clunky. It's not the smoothest footwork right there. But nonetheless, the thing I do like about this rep is, okay, he's starting from a decent amount to the sideline, like below the numbers, and he is hedging his bets to the inside. And okay, if you're going to beat me, it's going to be vertical or on a fade. But with that being said, okay, he gets into his back pedal, stays over the top, Pitts stems him a little bit inside, breaks to the outside. Again, it's just a very slight stem inside. Whitehead does a good job not overreacting to it. Again, staying balanced for the most part in his back pedal. Pitts commits to the outside. He does a good angle to not cut it off exactly where it is, but cut it off where it's going. Takes a higher angle. Again, you don't want to take too high of an angle because you want him to undercut you, but good angle, hand on, look back for the ball. It's not there. Simple play, but good. Whitehead stuff. Okay. 33. So they're running duo, and Whitehead, I'm sure in some situations with the Jets, and I'm sure in this situation with the Bucs.